Welcome to Nora Tips. Today, let's discover a simple but powerful way to transform ordinary instant noodles into something that tastes like it came from a restaurant kitchen. Most people are used to boiling or frying them, but there is a secret method that keeps the noodles chewy, light, and packed with flavor. It is fast, it is easy, and it will completely change how you think about instant noodles. By the end of this video, you will see why steaming is the technique chefs use and why you may never go back to the old way again. Now let's take a look at the ingredients that will make our steamed instant noodles rich and flavorful. We'll be using ginger, garlic, scallions, chili, cabbage, bean sprouts, and pork. For the pork, it's best to choose the shoulder cut because it's tender and has the right balance of meat and fat for this recipe. Next, wash all of the ingredients thoroughly with clean water and let them drain well. This step keeps the flavors fresh and helps the texture stay perfect during cooking. Start by preparing the aromatics. Peel the ginger and slice it thinly. Remove the skin from the garlic and mince it into small pieces. For the scallions, cut off the white part and chop it finely. This part will be sauteed with the ginger and garlic to build a strong base of flavor. The green tops should be cut into small pieces as well, but set them aside. We will use them at the end of the dish to add a fresh aroma. By the way, let me know in the comments where you are watching this video from. Next, take the chili, remove the seeds, and chop it into small pieces. Keep it separate and add it later when sauteing the spices to release its heat and fragrance. For the cabbage, remove any outer leaves that are wilted or damaged. Slice the cabbage into thin shreds about 1/4 inch wide. Rinse it thoroughly in cold water. Gently swish it around to shake off any dust. Then drain it well in a colander. For the bean sprouts, soak and rinse them a few times with clean water to make sure they are fresh and crisp. Drain them completely and set aside. Finally, prepare the pork. Separate the lean meat from the fat. Cut both into small pieces and keep them in 2 different bowls. The fat will help with flavor while the lean meat will give the dish its satisfying bite. Now all the ingredients are clean, prepped, and ready for cooking. Place a large pan on the stove and set the heat to medium. Add the pork fat that you set aside earlier. Let it slowly render down. As it heats, you will see the fat begin to melt and small bubbles rise. Keep stirring occasionally so it does not burn. After a few minutes, the solid pieces of fat will shrink and turn golden brown while releasing a rich aroma. At this stage, you already have flavorful cooking oil in the pan. If you enjoy a little crunch, you can leave the crispy bits in. If not, feel free to scoop them out and discard them. Do you usually keep pork cracklings for extra flavor, or do you prefer a cleaner broth? Let me know in the comments. Next, it is time to add the lean pork. Drop the pieces into the pan and stir well so they are coated with the rendered fat. You will hear a gentle sizzle and smell the meat as it begins to brown. Keep stirring until the outside of the pork takes on a light golden color, but do not overcook it at this stage because it will continue cooking later. Now add the ginger slices, the minced garlic, and the finely chopped white part of the scallions. The moment these hit the hot pan, you will notice a burst of fragrance. Stir quickly for 30 to 40 seconds to let the aromatics release their oils. This step builds the base flavor that will carry through the whole dish. If you enjoy spicy food, this is the time to add the chopped chili. Sprinkle it in and give it a quick stir. The heat will release the spice into the oil and give the dish a bold kick. Do you like your noodles mildly spicy or fiery hot? Share your preference below. Now let us bring in the vegetables. Add the shredded cabbage first, followed by the bean sprouts. Turn the heat up slightly and stir everything together. The cabbage will begin to soften, but should still have some crunch. The bean sprouts cook very quickly, adding a fresh and slightly nutty flavor. At this point, drizzle in a splash of soy sauce to deepen the taste. Make sure to stir well so the sauce coats every ingredient evenly. Next, pour in enough water to cover the meat and vegetables. The water should come just to the top of the mixture. Place a lid on the pan and reduce the heat to low. Let it simmer gently for about 5 minutes. During this time, the broth takes on the sweetness of the cabbage, the freshness of the sprouts, and the savory notes of pork and aromatics. After 5 minutes, carefully lift out the vegetables and pork and set them aside on a plate. This step keeps their texture and prevents them from getting mushy. What remains in the pan is a flavorful broth that will be used to cook the noodles. Now add the instant noodles directly into this broth. Use chopsticks or a fork to gently separate the strands so they do not clump together. Cover the pan and let the noodles simmer for about 3 minutes. As they cook, the noodles will absorb the seasoned broth, becoming soft but still springy. Once the noodles are ready, return the cooked pork and vegetables to the pan. Spread them evenly around the noodles. Sprinkle with a small pinch of salt and a bit of seasoning powder for balance. Cover the pan once more and let everything cook on low heat for another 3 minutes. This extra steaming step helps the noodles soak in all the flavors while keeping the vegetables and meat tender. Finally, remove the lid. Give everything a gentle stir to combine. You will see the noodles glistening with broth and vegetables mixed throughout. Sprinkle the chopped green scallions on top for freshness and stir once more. Turn off the heat and your steamed instant noodles are ready to serve. And there you have it, a simple way to turn instant noodles into a dish that feels fresh, flavorful, and restaurant-worthy. The gentle steaming keeps the noodles springy, the vegetables crisp, and the pork tender. It is amazing how just a few extra steps can make such a big difference. If you enjoyed this recipe, give it a try and let me know how it turned out for you in the comments. I would also love to hear what toppings or ingredients you would add to make it your own. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Nora Tips for more easy and delicious ideas. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.